What's going on, guys? In this video, we're looking at some tricks for adding that lo-fi sound to your productions. If you're cooking up tracks in the studio and it's sounding kind of cold, or you're looking to add that classic character to your sound, I'm going to show you some simple tricks to get that grit, analog imperfections, and that dirty warmth into your sound. I also left a link for you to download these presets for free and get even more in-depth lo-fi mixing at waves.com. Let's not waste any more time. Take a listen to this track before and after the lo-fi treatment. Here's the before. And after. It's much warmer. I was able to add so much more character to it with just a few plugins. So let me show you a few tricks on how to do that. The first trick I'm going to show you is how to create a lo-fi piano. I've got my keys chopped up with a Grand Rhapsody. Check it out. All right, so to make this lo-fi, I'm going to go with the mono component of Kramer Master Tape. Take a listen to what that does to the sound. All right, first thing I did was slow the tape speed down to 7.5 inches per second. Now take a listen as I dial up the wow and flutter control. You get that gritty lo-fi quality to it, those fluctuations or slight modulations in pitch and amplitude known as wow and flutter. We'll dig more into that in a second. First, Kramer Tape's got some additional controls. You get that analog saturation with the flux control. We can add vintage style depth with the tape delay. And then we can add a little noise. All right, I made a couple tweaks. Take a listen to the before. And now with Kramer Tapes on. Definitely great on your master bus too, or any bus you want to add that lo-fi character to. All right, now let's get more into the wow and flutter. This time we're gonna add a different flavor with the J37 tape plugin. I've got it inserted on these Rhodes chords with the Electric 88. Check it out. So with the J37, I also went with a mono component. Let's get that Rhodes to sound even more lo-fi. We can tweak the wow and flutter down here. Check out what the wow is doing. It simulates those mechanical bumps you get from a tape machine, but let's dial it back a little bit. Let's be subtle. Okay, now check out the flutter. It deviates the pitch and simulates the tape warping across the heads. So again, I set the tape speed down to 7.5 IPS. It's cutting down on those highs and increasing the warmth. And that's what that lo-fi sound is all about. There's some additional features of J37, great for that classic texture. You got the different tape formulas. Biasing. Mono stereo modeling. Let's add a little noise to it. A little saturation. Some tape delay. All right, check out the before. And now with J37. All right, you know what? Let's add a little of that vinyl noise and give it that record feel. Gotta have that if you're doing lo-fi. Let's get more into creating that vinyl texture. Now, nothing is better for adding crackle and clicks and that vinyl warmth than Abbey Road vinyl. Let's open up a new track. I'm gonna call it Vinyl. Now let's drag in Abbey Road vinyl. First thing, let's make the settings as lo-fi as possible. Under the generation, change it to print, change the turntable to DJ, and keep the cartridge on MM. Now let's dial in some noise and crackle. You hear that right away. Let's put more of that needle sound into it with the click control. And we can control the amount of click on the density control. Now let's hear it with the drums. All right, let me show you a quick trick for breathing some feel into that vinyl sound. We're gonna sidechain the drums to Abbey Road vinyl. First, we're gonna insert a Renaissance compressor into the vinyl channel. Now turn on SC. Give it a fast attack, slide it all the way to the left. Leave the release as it is. All right, let's bring the ratio down to about 15. All right, now open up a new track. We're gonna call it Sidechain. Now on this channel, you wanna change audio from to the kick and change audio to the vinyl channel. Now make sure in this lower box it says Side R Compressor, and make sure the monitor on the channel is set to in. All right, that's set up. Check out what happens now when I bring down the threshold on the vinyl channel. Now that vinyl texture is pulsing with the drums, breathing a nice feel into it. All right, you heard how I took that track to the radio filter, almost like an underwater type effect. I'm gonna show you one more trick, and that's how to generate unique lo-fi type filters for your tracks. There's a lot of ways to get that radio or underwater filter type effect with an EQ, but you don't want yours to sound like everyone else's, so let me show you another way to do this. We're gonna use the Amp Simulator PRS Supermodels, and then we're gonna add some depth and movement using the Meta filter. Now I went with the Dallas model for its tube sound and that reverb. Check out the before. And now the Dallas. All right, let's put some more verb on it. Let's bring the treble down a little bit. We're gonna warm up the mids. All right, then I wanna add some movement to it. Open up Meta Filter. Let's take it back to full reset. First thing to do, let's sync up the LFO rate. All right, we're gonna give it a nice slow sweep. Let's bring the rate down to 4/1, and then make sure the sequencer is synced up to 1/1. Now let's dial down the LFO amount to -85, and then we're gonna bring the sequence control down to -100. Last thing, grab the frequency control. Let's cut it off at about 6K, but feel free to adjust it to where you like. All right, let's hear this back in the mix. Put a nice filter sweep on top of that radio effect. And there you have it, some simple tricks to customizing a lo-fi sound into your productions. Now don't forget to check out the link in the description below. You'll find free presets to all the plugins I just showed you, and you can get even more in-depth with lo-fi mixing at waves.com/lo-fi. If there's a sound you're looking for, hit us up in the comments below. We'll recreate it for you in an upcoming video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for the latest tips, tricks, and more from Waves Audio. Until next time, thank you for watching.